it's pretty clear now in the AI world that like the AI is very good at following instructions, and it's probably going to be hard for humans to compete with the AI on just like following instructions reliably. In which case, people here need to think about what are they going to get out of their college experience that goes beyond just kind of showing up, passing the test, following the instructions really, really well.
The career advice your parents gave you is not just outdated, it's now officially dangerous. What we're hearing from the partners at Y Combinator in this discussion isn't just advice for startup founders. It's a fundamental tearing up of the old rule book for ambition, success, and even safety in the professional world. They start with a statistic that should be a massive wake-up call for anyone who thinks a computer science degree is a golden ticket.
Computer science majors, obviously this is not the people in this room. This is just like out of like, a normal distribution of all computer science majors, 6.1% in unemployment in February of this year. Art history, in contrast, was only 3.0%.
Wait, you're saying that the unemployment rate of art history majors is lower than the unemployment rate of CS majors?
Unbelievably, but
Wow.
That's what the stat indicate. Don't worry, guys. No one in this room, no one watching online.
Just the average CS student.
We're talking about, the median, which, you guys are so many standard deviations above. Don't worry.
But that's concerning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like this role of like level 59, engineer at Microsoft used to be this like super stable job. If you do that job, all the adults in your life will be like, good job. Like you made the safe choice, the prudent choice. But like one of the things I've been noodling a lot. It's like, is that actually the safe choice? Like, is it possible that the world has become inverted and like the career path that seemed to be like the lowest risk, most safe path might not be anymore?
This is the entire game changing in a single data point. The safe path, the one that guaranteed a stable upper middle class life, is now statistically riskier than a degree that was once the poster child for unemployability. What this tells me is that the floor has been completely ripped out from under the knowledge economy. The entry-level, instruction-following jobs that a CS degree prepared you for are the very first things being automated by AI. The path of least resistance has become a trap. And the problem isn't just in the job market. It starts much earlier. The very institutions meant to prepare people for this new reality are actively fighting against it.
And I think the thing that happened is Jerry and I went on this college tour as well. And what's happening is that a lot of the CS curriculum is actually quite outdated. Like how many of you in the audience, if you're still in college, do your courses even allow use of a cursor?
Yeah. How many like forbid you to use cursor and like vibe coding tools in your CS classes?
Oh yeah, way more hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is the future. And those are the kinds of skills that are now
They're
relevant.
quite literally prohibiting the students from learning the tools that they are going to need in the future. It's crazy.
But when the internet first came out,
Yeah.
a lot of teachers would say you're not allowed to use Google.
Totally. Yeah.
Which is unfathomable today.
Yeah.
And I think to Harj's point, a lot of the most crack students, as we were meeting them and all these, we had some events that we hosted, they had this sense of hacking on the side and working in a lot of side projects, to your point, Harj, about having a lot of agency. You learn a lot more in the process of building a lot of projects on the side rather than at school.
This is nothing short of institutional malpractice. Universities are training students for a world that ceased to exist about 18 months ago. Forbidding the use of AI coding assistants is like teaching someone to be a carpenter, but telling them they're only allowed to use rocks. It completely misses the point. The new core skill isn't executing instructions, it's leveraging tools to solve problems. This gets to the heart of the new paradigm. The system was built to credentialize one specific skill, and AI has just made that skill nearly worthless.
It's basically all about, it's credentialing, but it's actually a very specific thing that's being credentialed. It's like what colleges are credentialing to employers is that these people graduate our program, which means that they can like show up to a place on time and like perform a series of instructions and, you know, not do too many drugs and like kind of like make it through, which is like the kind of people you want to hire. Like they'll turn up, they'll do the job and
if you're a Microsoft.
yeah. Like FANG, like
Yeah.
I think like
Yes.
any company at scale starts like that's actually what they are hiring. Is like you went to a good college, which means that you can like do things reliably and follow instructions well. It's pretty clear now in the AI world that like the AI is very good at following instructions, and it's probably going to be hard for humans to compete with the AI on just like following instructions reliably. In which case, people here need to think about what are they going to get out of their college experience that goes beyond just kind of showing up, passing the test, following the instructions really, really well. Like it's going to require how do you know to do things yourself and how do you have like agency and independence? Because that's actually the stuff that's going to matter in like, I think, a post-AI world.
That's it, right there. For decades, a college degree wasn't really about knowledge. It was a signal that you are a reliable instruction follower. AI is now the world's best instruction follower. It never gets tired, it doesn't need health insurance, and it can do the work of 1,000 junior programmers. The only human skill that retains value is agency, the ability to operate without instructions, to see a problem and create a solution from scratch. We're seeing this shift redefine what success even looks like in the startup world. The old credential of success is being exposed as a vanity metric, replaced by something much more tangible.
The really big difference today is that the very best companies that we get to see day to day, they're like, I don't know, 5 people, 10 people. I think all, each of us on stage and all of the YC partners are sort of collecting incredible startups that we get to work with that went from 0 to 10 million, 12 million a year revenue. Like that's net revenue, like it just goes in the bank. So you basically get the equivalent of an entire Series A. And instead of this fake credential thing where some fancy person on Twitter with lots of followers, blesses you and suddenly like all these people, TechCrunch says like the new hottest founder. And you know what? Like those are all external things that are not actually connected to real business or having an impact on anyone. It's fake, right? It's the fake credential. And then the cool thing now is that that is actually very directly being replaced by people making things that, people not only really need, but they're willing to pay a lot of money for.
This is a profound change in the DNA of Silicon Valley. For years, the headline was the fundraise. That was the credential. But as Gary points out, it was fake, an external validation that often had no connection to reality. The new reality, powered by AI's leverage, is a 5-person team generating $10 million in actual revenue. They don't need permission from a VC to exist. They are validated by the market itself. This is a shift from chasing status to creating undeniable utility. But that old impulse to chase the fake credential instead of building the real thing has an incredibly dark side that we've seen play out again and again.
The other thing that we're kind of concerned about is there are like entrepreneurship programs at some of your campuses. Some of them might take you to wild, exotic places for retreats. We're not going to name them. But like in full transparency, I'm very worried about them because what we're coming to understand is they are teaching you to lie. And that is at a moment when literally all of software is changing and that software is the most empowering thing in the world. Why do you have to lie? I understand in a world of like contracting capability, in a world where there's less money, where there's, fewer and fewer jobs. I kind of get it. It's very zero sum. We're at the most open, like sort of abundance oriented, like mindset thing that is happening right now. Like literally everyone here is hyper empowered. You don't have to play by those old rules anymore. You don't have to lie to investors. You don't have to like fake it till you make it. Like, I worry that some of these programs are just literally trying to teach people to become more, SBFs and Theranoses. And that's like, that's a waste of time.
This is a direct and necessary shot at the toxic side of hustle culture. In an era of scarcity, Maybe you could justify a fake-it-till-you-make-it mindset, but we are now in an era of unprecedented abundance and leverage. AI gives you the power to build things that feel like magic. In this world, lying isn't just unethical, it's a profound waste of opportunity. Chasing the narrative instead of building the product is the path to becoming another Theranos or FTX, a ghost in the machine of real progress. And the opportunity for real progress is moving at a speed we can't barely comprehend.
I do think something that's interesting to note is just like how quickly like AI startups can grow is definitely something we've talked about. But if you think about something I've been thinking about recently, like all of us actually, when we were in college, like you'd always have speakers come back, like startup founders who were like a year or two out of college, come back and speak, and you hear from them. And I kind of remember that the milestone to hit when you were like a year or two out of college, having worked on your startup, was like raising a Series A round of funding. And we'd have like the Dropbox founder come back and say like, yeah, I raised like a Series A, and it's like really, really cool. And then it sort of became, okay, well, actually, like maybe a couple of years out of college, you could raise like a Series B or a Series C. You fast forward today, it's like you've got the Cursor founder a couple of years out of college coming back with a $10 billion company. Like it's like the pace.
It's that order of magnitude.
Yeah, it's like the orders of magnitude difference, right? So I actually think a far more exciting reason to think about should I start a company or should I join like one of these fast growing companies is just like the time, like how much you can get done a year or two like out of college is orders of magnitudes higher than it was even a few years ago.
This is what I mean by leverage. The time it takes to go from an idea to a globally significant company has been compressed from a decade into potentially 24 months. This isn't just things moving faster, it's a phase change in value creation. The potential for a small, brilliant team to build something that impacts millions and generates enormous wealth is higher than at any point in human history. The motivation isn't fear of missing out, it's the sheer scale of the opportunity in front of us. So if the opportunity is that big, how do you even begin? The answer is counterintuitive. You have to start incredibly small.
With AI more than ever, by the way, like I think that niche is the way to go because no one really knows how big the markets are. And it does seem like things that seem like they were niche before AI, you can get people to pay you a lot more money for because they're not just buying software, they're buying like work from you. And so find the niche you're really interested in, optimize for your like passion and interest in it, and just pull on that thread.
This is the tactical key that unlocks everything. Pre-AI, the advice was to find a huge market. Now, the winning strategy is to find a niche where you can sell work and outcomes, not just software. AI allows you to deliver a service that was previously done by expensive humans, and customers will pay a premium for that. You aren't selling a tool for dentists. You are selling an AI that does the work of a full-time office administrator. That completely changes the economics and makes seemingly small markets massively valuable. Ultimately, this all boils down to a single, critical distinction for anyone building in this new era.
All I care about is like what's real and what you can, touch and see and feel. And, think about the area under the curve of utility that you could contribute to society. And you can always just look at that as ground truth. And everything else is simulacrum. It is not real. It is like media, it is fake, it is a credential, it is a thing that represents something. And yet, like if you look deeper into it, it's nothing. Like there's nothing. When you think about SBF, when you think about Theranos, when you think about the things that truly disgrace us as people who create technology, when you peel back a little bit, you realize there's nothing. This was just simulacrum. It was a fucking lie. I don't want that for us. Like, people outside of this room, the world at large looks at tech and they hate us sometimes because those are the people who represent us. And I say, not for me. They don't represent us.
It really is that simple. Utility versus simulacra. Are you creating real value, or are you creating the appearance of value? For a long time, you could build a massive career on the latter. That time is over. AI is a truth teller. A product either works and delivers incredible value, or it's just a slick demo. There is no middle ground. My final prediction is this. The defining companies of the next decade will not be lumbering megacorporations. They will be 10-person teams with AI-driven leverage, operating like micro-multinationals and generating hundreds of millions in revenue. The choice for anyone starting their career today isn't about which ladder to climb, but what real-world utility you're going to create. So what problem are you going to solve? Let me know in the comments below, and subscribe for more insights into our AI-driven future.